All right, good morning. Welcome, everyone, to Southwest Flavor. I'm your host, Ron Arenas. Happy Tuesday to everyone. Today, we have a great show lined up for you, and we have Hall of Fame radio broadcaster and a legend in this town, really.
Oh,
Jim
stop
Bednarek.
it. Stop it. Stop it.
Welcome. How you doing?
I'm doing okay, Ron. Thanks for having me on. I greatly
Yeah,
appreciate it.
thank
It's
you
good to
for
see you
coming.
again. Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah,
How are
yeah.
things with you?
Doing good.
Doing good?
The weather is beautiful, so
Oh, yeah. Beautiful morning out there.
ready to get out there on
Yeah.
the bike a little bit more.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Ready for that. Yeah. I'm good. Hang on.
I try to be on the bike as much as possible.
Do you really? I didn't know that.
Even when it's hot outside. But,
Really?
I mean, this time of year, a month and a half before the Tour de Tucson. So
Did you ride
yeah,
in the tour?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah,
I haven't
so-
done that yet. Maybe this year.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Well, maybe. Is it late to sign up for it?
No, you can still sign
Still
up.
sign up for
Mhm.
it. Okay. My
Yeah.
brother does it every year with my nephew.
Oh, fantastic.
So he's older than I am. So he can do it. I can still do it. So,
Yeah, so November 22nd, it's always the Saturday before Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to get into that again. So
And there's always about 10,000 people that participate in it. So
it's a lot. I've seen them.
It's
I've seen
a
'em
big race.
on
Yeah,
the corridor, aviation corridor. Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, it's
I love
crazy.
that. I love how they block off aviation for that race just
Yeah.
because we get the whole parkway there.
Right.
We're
I
not-
remember when that wasn't there.
Oh, yeah, so do I.
I mean, I was born and raised here, so
Yep. So where'd you go to school?
I went to. I did 12 years at Catholic school. It was
Okay.
It was a good education.
Okay.
I survived 12 years at Catholic school. That was fun. I enjoyed it. Made a lot of good friends. Still friends with a lot of them today, which is
Yeah.
which is really cool. That kids I was in school with at first grade, I'm still friends with.
Right. And so am
we
I.
Still talk.
I grew up here too. So,
Yeah.
I talked to a lot of people.
So I did the old cathedral school downtown.
Oh, okay.
On Sixth Avenue? Yeah, Sixth
Avenue on
down
22nd?
Sixth Avenue, right there by Mansfield. I think it was. Mansfield was across the street or something. Was it Mansfield?
No, it's not Mansfield.
Forget
Mansfield's
which
on
one it
Highland
was.
and-
Yeah,
and
Highland.
Fifth,
That
yeah.
was Mansfield. Yeah. I forget the school now. But
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So went there through 7th grade when they shut down. Did a year at St. Peter and Paul.
Oh,
And then
okay.
on to South Point.
On to South Point.
On to
Okay.
South Point. Graduated from South Point in 77.
Fantastic.
So that's my era. That's my decade, the 70s.
Okay.
Because, middle school, junior high, whatever you want to call it, grade school,
Yeah.
was early 70s. High school was mid-70s. First couple of college years were, late 70s. And
Yeah.
that's when I first got in the radio. So way back in the late 70s, mid-70s.
Yeah, 7th and 8th grade is still junior high to all of us.
Yeah, I still call it junior high.
Yeah.
Everybody calls it middle school. I'm going, what's Oh, yeah, junior high. Okay. Yeah.
I think that's a 2000s thing when they
Yeah.
started calling it middle school.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So
I don't know why. I don't know if junior high was offensive or,
I don't know.
yeah.
It's a good question. Anybody know that? Anybody know the reason? Yeah. Text us here. Let us know because I have no clue when it changed or why it changed.
Yeah, it was
or-
probably about 20 years ago, I think it changed.
I guess it's because, it's between grade school and high school, so it's middle.
So it's middle. Yeah.
I don't know. Yes,
Non-offensive term.
non-offensive term. So, yeah.
So I was reading your bio,
Mm-hmm.
and you said that you wanted to become 3 different things when you're growing up.
I was thinking about that on the way over. There were 3 things I wanted to be growing up.
Right.
Growing up, going to Catholic school, I wanted to be a priest. That's the first thing I wanted to be. First,
Right.
second, third grade, wanted to be a priest. I also had an infatuation with trains.
Okay.
I grew up literally almost a stone's throw from the rail yard, here in Tucson. On the south side of it there, it was the Pacific Fruit Express back then, in the back there, and it was Southern Pacific. And that was our playground.
Yeah.
That was our playground in the neighborhood. We get on our bikes, my friends, Ricky, Beto next door, Wes, Charles, and I still remember them all. I'm still friends with one of them. He lives in Alabama now. So,
that's so cool.
We used to ride the neighborhood, and down in that area, there was nothing out there back
Yeah.
then. It was the Sam Levitt's wasn't there.
Oh, wow, okay.
None of that building down there, all those office complexes.
Yeah.
That was all desert. That was our playground. So we'd ride the train tracks, and we'd put oranges on the tracks, coins. Got chased off by the railroad cops a couple times.
Yeah.
Got a ride on a caboose once, though.
Really?
From guys that were doing some switching work. We just started talking to them and say, come on up. So they took us for like a 100-yard ride on a caboose. That was
Very
pretty
cool.
So yeah, I got infatuated with trains, and then always had a love and passion for music, and then radio was, just hooked me.
Yeah.
For some reason. And I would stay up late at night with a little AM transistor radio, trying to tune in stations from out of town. I tore apart this one radio and hooked a copper wire to the antenna, stuck it out the window, and would pick up stations from, all over.
Really?
At night, yeah.
Okay.
Because you had that skip at night.
Well,
radio frequencies travel further at night because of the ionosphere.
Okay.
Ionosphere
But didn't they turn down the
They did, but
frequency?
even then, it'll bounce. I mean, literally, when I was
okay.
on KTKT once, one night I was doing 10 to 2 at night, and our chief engineer came in. And at night, we powered down to 1,000 watts.
Okay.
During the day, it was 10,000. And we said, I've got to do some work on the nighttime transmitter. I'm going to shut it off, put you on the daytimer. So it was broadcasting 10,000 watts, at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I got a phone call from a guy who claimed to be in Australia.
Really?
Had the accent. He says, I'm listening to you. I'm picking you up on Australia, mate.
Wow.
And, love it. What did you hear? What am I playing? And he told me what I was playing. My chief engineer was there. He said, have him send a card because he would send, a postcard or something.
Okay.
Week or two later, it came in the mail. Sure enough.
Wow.
Postmarked Australia.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And that's way back before streaming when you can reach all over the world now.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. KTKT was where I started and has a special place in my heart. It started with, I'm trying to remember, it started with I want to say junior achievement or some type of thing through South Point where we got to go spend a week doing whatever we wanted to do as a profession, possible profession.
Okay.
And I spent a week with one other classmate, Sid, over at KTKT.
Okay.
Absolutely fell in love with it. Even before that, I was bugging them on the phone, winning stuff, and I was talking to the jocks on the air, and Ed Alexander, and Ed spent a week that week mainly with Ed Alexander, and just fell in love with that. And that was 76, 75, 76, junior year.
I think 76 is,
Junior
was that
year.
when he started 96 or when he was on 96 KOPX?
No, I came a little bit later.
That was a little bit later?
I came a little bit later.
Okay.
I was there when we launched that.
Oh, okay.
No, it was the end of 76 that, my first job. I was all set, ready to go to work at Taco Bell.
Okay.
At Taco Bell at Broadway and Tucson Boulevard. There was a Taco Bell. It's now a urgent care center.
Yeah.
And
right in front of that urgent care center.
Right.
Yeah, it's a little tiny
It was a little
building.
tiny little building.
Yep.
Yeah, right there where the urgent care center is. And I was supposed to get my uniform and start work when I got a phone call because from KTKT. I think it was it Roger? Roger Collins. Yeah.
Okay.
Say we want to give you a job and have you start and come down do some part-time work around the station. I went, yeah, I'm there. Are you kidding me? So
it's your dream job.
I had to call up Taco Bell and say, sorry, I can't.
Right.
So through junior year, I would go there after school, after high school.
Mm-hmm.
It was the end of junior year, so it was senior year. I'd go there, and just hang out and.
What would they have you do?
Whatever. I'd take out the trash. I would. They taught me how to record spots on the carts back then because we had the carts.
Okay.
And then I would just kind of play around in the production room and learn stuff.
Right.
I would load records onto carts and things like that for Ed, and then at the end of 77 is when I went on the air for the first time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I was at a party, DJing a party, because I was DJing school dances back then too. So, my buddy and I, we started up doing school dances at South Point. And it was the after prom party I think we were doing. And I got a call from my mom at my friend's house. We're in the backyard playing music. And she says, Ed's trying to get a hold of you and you need to call him. So, okay. It's like 9, 10 o'clock at night. And, we were underage, but still, And so I call him up and he says, hey, I'm really short. I need somebody on the air at 2 this morning. You want to do it? And I went,
wow.
So my friends, threw me in the shower, gave me coffee, and I went down and did my very first show on the air. And I have it on tape somewhere, but I have not been able to find it yet. I've got tons of reel-to-reel tapes. I got to find that thing.
So
my
what
very
was that
first
like?
time.
Yeah.
I'm
what?
Sure
you were scared to death,
I was scared to death,
Yeah.
but it was so cool because I was on KTKT.
Right.
That was my dream, to be on KTKT with these guys, with Ed Alexander, Roger Collins, Don Beecher, Ed O'Brien, all these great voices that I had grow up listening to. I was now part of it.
Yeah.
And, I was called the kid. Jim Gilley, another one. Hi, Jim, if you're listening. We just had lunch not too long ago. And, it was a dream come true. And I can remember sitting in that control room playing Good Morning Starshine by Oliver going, this is so cool, And so, I got a weekly shift after that.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much. And it just kind of grew from there. And I spent 4 or 5 years at KTKT.
All right.
And then Yeah, I was there when we launched KLPX, which was originally KTKT FM.
Oh.
Yep, that's what it went on as.
Uh-huh.
And it originated in the building at 29th and Alvernon.
29th and Alvernon.
There's that building, the tower's still there. It's now right behind the Cruise Tire Shop or something like that. It's right there. It's an old beat-up building. It's boarded up now.
Okay.
And the tower's still there. And that's where it actually originated. It was, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was KCEE FM or something when they bought it. I don't remember exactly what it was. A beautiful music station or something like that. Went on as KTKT FM, and then in the process, they were adding on to the building over on Jackrabbit where KTKT was, building the new KTKT studios, FM studios.
Right.
Somewhere along the way, it became KLPX. And I remember helping build those studios in the middle of the night. I was there hauling sand in for the turntables, with Jim Brady, and it was cool. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun there with KTKT. It was a blast. That's so many memories and so many good things. After that, I wound up at went over to 13K Hit. That's right.
Ah, okay.
And got to work with Rich Brother Robin. One of my Rich Brother was a legend in radio. Okay, in California radio, San Diego, KCBQ, and Los Angeles, and to work with Rich Brother Robin was like another wow. I get to work with Rich Bro.
Right. And that was the radio station that I grew up listening to.
13K Hit.
Yep.
13K Hit. Yeah, I was there in '81
when
I went there. Yeah, went there in '81, and spent a year working with Rich and learned a lot. And I could say actually 4 people that were really influential in my programming, learning programming was Rich Brother Robin was one. I loved Rich's style. It was old time, top 40 radio, Rich Brother Robin, KCBQ, number one hit music station. It was always up tempo and going. And I remember once when I ran into him later at the U of A, we were doing I think it's when they won the championship. The Cats won the championship
97?
way back. Yeah. And we were all out there doing the broadcasts and stuff. And Rich showed up. I was at Mix, I think, at the time. And I heard your show this past Saturday night, and you did this break, and you did this song, and he went boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, that was so great. You're doing so good. Keep it up. And it's like, coming from him, that was really, a major compliment.
Of course.
Really, really appreciated that. But Rich was a great influence in my programming. Guy Zapolian. My years at KRQ, I liked Guy's approach to programming because he programmed by tempo. He programmed by feel, the texture of the music, a very different way of programming. So it flowed. There was a good flow to it, to the programming. Herb Crow over at Cumulus taught me a lot when I was over there. And, of course, the man, Ed Alexander. If it hadn't been for Eddie A. taking a chance on this kid, and they called me the kid, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today. So I owe Eddie A whole lot. I learned a lot from Ed, took me under his wing, and appreciate that. So I really do appreciate that more than anything.
So I read in your bio also that that you were like in different plays and stuff like that throughout school.
In school,
so was that part of what prepped you for this?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Did you pretend to be a DJ like at home, when you were a kid?
Oh yeah. You
would announce songs coming on.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Did a lot of plays in school, on stage. I was Tom Sawyer.
Oh, okay.
In grade school or middle school, whatever it was. I played Tom Sawyer. In high school, I was one of the thespians did some plays on stage, backstage, did lighting, did camera work. In junior and senior year, I was really into media.
Right.
And I had a great teacher, Ted Offrit, who also taught over at the U of A and was a cinematographer at the U of A.
Oh, wow. Cool.
And God rest his soul. He taught me a lot about video and shooting camera work and stuff like that. And he kind of, when I got out of high school, tried to take me under his wing at the U of A, but I went into radio instead. So now I kind of wonder what it would have been like if I had gone the video route.
Right.
So, or maybe combine the two. Or I could still combine the two because I learned a lot from him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Especially all the new things in digital that there's so much that you can do now that you couldn't do
back then.
Yeah, exactly.
You couldn't do back then. Yeah, because it was the old reel-to-reel, video machines that we had back at school.
Yeah.
And I figured out a way to edit the video without actually cutting it.
Oh, okay.
Recording and hit pause and then hit record, and I could get some clean edits. And he was pretty impressed with that because I was just playing around with it and came up with that. So, but yeah, that was fun. That was a whole lot of fun. So.
Very good, very good. Well, let's take a quick sponsor break.
Okay.
You're watching Southwest Flavor. We're talking with Jim Bednarek, and we'll be right back in just a couple minutes.
In Marana, community isn't just where we live, it's who we are. And at the heart of it all is the Marana Chamber of Commerce. We are building a thriving community through connected business leadership. We start the month bright and early with Marana Mornings, sparking real conversations and connections. We celebrate growing networks at our 4th Tuesday mixers, hosted in exciting spaces. We unite visionaries and leaders at Impact Marana, driving meaningful progress together. We look ahead with Marana Insights, hearing directly from regional voices about what's next for our town. And we serve, through the passion of our board of directors and ambassadors, creating a culture of belonging through service and leadership. Because of our members, we're not just doing more, we're becoming more. Together, we're shaping the future of Marana. We are the Marana Chamber of Commerce.
Looking for a delicious meal or a place to cater your next event? Visit Tucson Tamale Market, located at 7286 North Oracle Road. They're a family-friendly restaurant and market offering authentic tamales and local products. Don't miss out on their summer bi-weekly specials. Try a new $10.99 meal special every couple of weeks. During the summer, enjoy their gift card special. Buy $50 of gift cards for only $40. Stop by and see what's new at Tucson Tamale Market.
Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road will help you with all your insurance needs. If you feel like you have a hard case due to a moving violation, a DUI, a suspended license or a car accident, contact us and come to Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road and get a quote today. Open late hours y hablamos español. Estrella Insurance, an agency you can trust.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing has a spooktacular $59 drain special for the month of October. At Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, our highly qualified plumbers will solve your scary plumbing problems and keep the goblins out of your drains. This special is for residential properties only. Call for details at 520-492-0748 or book your appointment online at picturerockscooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Therapeutic Ranch for Animals and Kids is an inclusive community empowered and united by the strength of the human-animal bond.
It taught me responsibility. It taught me kindness and social interaction.
We have programs for every member of our community.
I love track because I have 2 daughters. We come out here and get all of our energy out.
Track is my home away from home.
You can make a donation or even become a monthly donor.
Thank you for supporting Track, Tucson's Ranch. We hope to see you here soon.
I've had water and mold damage in my house twice. Both times I freaked out, but I called Steamy Concepts right away. If anyone tries to tell you to use someone else, just say no way and call Steamy today.
About a year ago, we had a flood in our kitchen, and we didn't think to call anyone else but Steamy Concepts. They were very professional, and we really enjoyed working with Steamy Concepts.
Steamy Concepts accepts all homeowners insurance. Call Steamy today or go to steamyconcepts.com.
Life is all about change and growth. You grow from renting to buying, your kids grow from toddling to driving, and then you grow from working to retiring. Is your insurance agent growing through life with you? I'm your local Allstate agent, Brittany Gutman. My team and I can help you navigate all those changes through home, auto, and life insurance. You're in good hands with the Brittany Gutman Allstate Insurance family. Call me at 520-797-7811 or email bgutman@allstate.com.
All right, welcome back. We are talking.
And we're back, everybody. Welcome back in. We are ready to go here. It's me and Ron on the radio.
That's right.
All right, sorry.
That voice that you hear is Jim Bednarek, legendary radio broadcasting.
Not in the Hall of Fame yet.
No?
Not in the Hall of Fame. No. I saw you post it. I should be, but...
D. Simone guy said that you're in the Hall of Fame.
I know, a D. Simone guy. But no, my other half, actually, we were just talking about off the air. Janie says, you got to get into that. You got to get into that. I've got you nominated. You got to fill out the form. I just got to do that, get nominated. Anyway, that's not the story.
Yeah.
But we were talking off the air, got to touch on the Saturday night shows.
Yep.
I love doing the Saturday night shows. I think that I have such a passion for doing request and dedication shows.
Right.
And everything was on the fly.
And some of the early shows were called reunion shows?
The show started when I was working at Cool 92.9 in the 90s, late 90s.
Okay.
And they were running Dick Bartley's Gold Show on Saturday night or something like that, some syndicated show.
Oh, okay.
And I was working there part-time in the evening doing like 9 to midnight. And we had a show called the Nighttime at the Oldies.
Oh,
it was kind of a request and dedication thing. So.
Right.
So they said, we want you to do a Saturday night show for us, a request and dedication show. He wanted to be live and local. I said,
sure.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. Sure.
Yeah.
So what do I need to do? So I was expecting them to, well, here's the clock, here's the format, here's what you can play, where we put this. And I said, that's what I was expecting.
Right.
So I said, what do you want me to do? And they said, we don't know, just go do it.
Wow.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
So it started out as the class reunion show, and it was dedicated to primarily the 50s, 60s, and 70s.
Okay.
And every week we did a different class. We we did spotlight of the class of 65, and then a particular artist. We went out and did live remote shows. A ton of them from Will Anthony's Diner at the car shows on Saturday nights.
Yep.
That was so much fun. So with Tony Terry and company up there at the Gaslight and Little Anthony's.
Right.
And then that lasted for several years, and then they had a change of ownership, and then the show moved over to Mix FM.
Okay.
And it went on as the 70 Saturday night. We kind of switched all 70s. Same concept, same thing. And then it became the 70 Saturday night party mix. And then when they bought 106.3, Journal bought 106.3, it moved over to 106.3, which was then Mega 106.3.
Right.
And it was the Saturday Night Party Jam.
Ah, okay.
And so all total, Saturday nights pretty consistent with some great ratings for 11 years.
Wow.
Yeah, 11 years.
And doing all those remotes and then being on that live show, I mean, you meet so many people.
So many people
get to know you, and
so many people. And that's what I
in.
love about being on the air and making that connection with the listeners, because I get to be friends with them.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously, I'm still friends with many of them.
Right.
And we just talk and hang out, and that was the whole thing. We did a show live from when on Mix. We did a show live on the corner of down on 4th Avenue, 4th and 6th, in front of the Chocolate Iguana.
Yes.
We just went out there, set up on the corner, and broadcast live on a Saturday night. It was
Very
great.
cool.
We
Yeah.
did one from O'Malley's.
Oh, okay.
Out there on a Saturday night. So, and you just get to meet so many great people, and the people on the phone, and that's what I miss about not being on the air.
Right.
And with the previous one, job, I would have people call and just say, we really enjoy listening to you in the morning. Just thank you for being there.
Yeah. Well, music,
no request, no nothing, just to say thank you.
Right.
So that's what makes it all worthwhile to me.
Yeah, and music just brings back so many memories.
Oh, so many memories.
You hear these songs and you're like, oh, I was a high school freshman then.
Right.
Or, oh, that was a song at my prom. Or that was a song at my wedding.
Correct.
Or, that was maybe a song at someone's memorial. All of those memories.
Right. And, of course, weddings. I've been in the wedding business for, oh, my goodness, forever now.
Right.
I wrapped up last fall 15 years at the Z Mansion downtown.
Oh, okay.
I was at just about every wedding in some shape, form, or fashion, either DJing, coordinating, just keep an eye on things, so just to practically, I don't think I missed but maybe 2 weddings in 15 years. And we did something like 50 to 75, 100 weddings a year at the Z Mansion. And I'm still friends with some of the brides that, as a matter of fact, I just did this past weekend a baby shower.
Oh.
For first baby shower I've ever done.
Huh.
But it was for one of the brides that got married at the Z Mansion about 5 years ago. And they called me up, hey, we're going to do a baby. You want to? Yeah, that's kind of cool. So
that is so cool.
So, I'm enjoy that. I enjoy wedding coordinating, and I officiate weddings. And so, I can do a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
definitely. And I still have a passion for radio. The art of radio, I just have a passion for. So
right. We have a few minutes left. Let's talk a little bit about just the programming. Because, when you started, you actually had discs. You're a disc jockey.
A disc jockey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you had to flip the discs and get everything ready. And
actually,
when
I started at KTKT, they actually had just converted from vinyl to cart.
Oh, okay.
So it was a cart DJ at first, but when I went to K-Hit, it was all vinyl.
Okay.
So that was a big learning experience, actually having 2 turntables and pulling the records out and queuing them up and making sure they're good to go. And so
did you have a list? Did you have
We had a...
how did you know what to play?
We had a system of cards.
Okay.
in a file box full of cards, and it was broken down into categories. So you just went through and you picked a song, and the initial and date of when you put it, and you put it in the back of the stack.
Okay.
And that's how we picked the music. That's how we played the music. But all the music was laid out. All the songs were laid out by the program director. But the DJs had a lot more freedom in when they were played and how they were played. I mean, we had to get a certain amount in per hour of each category.
Right.
Because we had our powers, and our secondaries and things, so we'd have to pick and choose and put the card back, and
And now it's so much different.
Oh, now it's all on the computer.
Being digital, and you can pretty much pre-record a whole. Well, you could do a whole day if you wanted to. Yeah,
do a whole show. Yeah, and I've done that. I've done that. I don't like to do that, but I've done that. I much prefer being live.
And most of the time, that's what stations do for like holidays or weekends or whatever.
Yes.
They'll go ahead and pre-record it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
a lot
makes
of times you think they're live and they're not.
Yeah.
So, and unfortunately that's
just the way it's
going.
Yeah.
That's just the way it's going. There's a few stations in town that are still live, during the day. Most, I would say, are not live at night.
Yeah.
Anymore.
Yeah, they probably have a live DJ from 6
a.m. to about 7 p.m.
7
usually.
p.m. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is your prime listening.
Right.
Anyways.
But in my opinion and in my experience, there was nothing like nighttime radio.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It was so much fun. The phone calls, I could tell you, I'll tell you stories. Oh my goodness.
And like Sunday afternoons, you have your cruising oldies or, different shows like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but the night times were a lot of fun. I mean, we had a lot of fun at night, and the listeners and the regular listeners, and I had one time, some woman called me up and needed money. Oh yeah, needed money or was a guy or somebody called me up at night. How much time we got? We got time.
Yeah.
And said, I need some money because I need to pay my water bill. And if I don't pay my water bill, what's going to happen is the earth is going to be sucked into my yard and it's going to be end of life as we know it. And this guy was serious.
I believe
this was serious. I wasn't on the air. It was just, I'm like, okay, all right. All right. No, well, thanks for calling. Appreciate that.
Right.
We'll see what we can do for you. I'll make an announcement, see if we can get some money for you.
Yeah.
But nighttime radio was fun. And it was just more relaxed and laid back. And so.
Yep. Well, Jim, thank you so much for coming
on today.
Are we out of time?
We
are.
Oh, okay.
But it's been a blast.
It went fast.
Yeah.
A lot faster.
I'd love to have you on again.
Would love to do it again.
All right. Sounds good.
Do it again. Thanks, Ron.
Yeah, thank you. Let's go visit some of our great sponsors. We will be back in just a couple minutes.
In Marana, community isn't just where we live, it's who we are. And at the heart of it all is the Marana Chamber of Commerce. We are building a thriving community through connected business leadership. We start the month bright and early with Marana Mornings, sparking real conversations and connections. We celebrate growing networks at our 4th Tuesday mixers, hosted in exciting spaces. We unite visionaries and leaders at Impact Marana, driving meaningful progress together. We look ahead with Marana Insights, hearing directly from regional voices about what's next for our town. And we serve, through the passion of our board of directors and ambassadors, creating a culture of belonging through service and leadership. Because of our members, we're not just doing more, we're becoming more. Together, we're shaping the future of Marana. We are the Marana Chamber of Commerce.
Looking for a delicious meal or a place to cater your next event? Visit Tucson Tamale Market, located at 7286 North Oracle Road. They're a family-friendly restaurant and market offering authentic tamales and local products. Don't miss out on their summer bi-weekly specials. Try a new $10.99 meal special every couple of weeks. During the summer, enjoy their gift card special. Buy $50 of gift cards for only $40. Stop by and see what's new at Tucson Tamale Market.
Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road will help you with all your insurance needs. If you feel like you have a hard case due to a moving violation, a DUI, a suspended license or a car accident, contact us and come to Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road and get a quote today. Open late hours y hablamos español. Estrella Insurance, an agency you can trust.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing has a spectacular $59 drain special for the month of October. At Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, our highly qualified plumbers will solve your scary plumbing problems and keep the goblins out of your drains. This special is for residential properties only. Call for details at 520-492-0748 or book your appointment online at picturerockscooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Therapeutic Ranch for Animals and Kids is an inclusive community empowered and united by the strength of the human-animal bond.
It taught me responsibility. It taught me kindness and social interaction.
We have programs for every member of our community.
I love track because I have 2 daughters. We come out here and get all of our energy out.
Track is my home away from home.
You can make a donation or even become a monthly donor.
Thank you for supporting Track, Tucson's Ranch. We hope to see you here soon.
I've had water and mold damage in my house twice. Both times I freaked out, but I called Steamy Concepts right away. If anyone tries to tell you to use someone else, just say no way and call Steamy today.
About a year ago, we had a flood in our kitchen, and we didn't think to call anyone else but Steamy Concepts. They were very professional, and we really enjoyed working with Steamy Concepts.
Steamy Concepts accepts all homeowners insurance. Call Steamy today or go to steamyconcepts.com.
Life is all about change and growth. You grow from renting to buying, your kids grow from toddling to driving, and then you grow from working to retiring. Is your insurance agent growing through life with you? I'm your local Allstate agent, Brittany Gutman. My team and I can help you navigate all those changes through home, auto, and life insurance. You're in good hands with the Brittany Gutman Allstate Insurance family. Call me at 520-797-7811 or email bgutman@allstate.com.
Welcome back. You're watching Southwest Flavor. Our next guest is one of my good friends. I've known him for about 40 years. He's a Tucson High graduate. He's a fellow mountain biker and road cyclist, Kiet Phung. Morning, man. How you doing?
Good morning. Good morning. Again, thank you, Ron, for having be. So radio thing is not really my thing, but thank you again for having me to be on your show.
Yeah.
I greatly appreciate
Thank
it.
you for being here.
Yeah,
definitely. So like I said, we met long time ago over at Tucson High.
Yes.
Graduated from Tucson High together.
Yeah.
But you just have an intriguing story growing up. You were born in Vietnam.
Yes, that is correct. Yeah. So I know it's been a long time. Try to look back. Well, for me, it's not trying to look back, but again, I was one of the lucky one.
Mm-hmm.
Back in I was born in Vietnam, Saigon, in 1972.
Right. So your country was still at war.
Yeah. Yeah,
America was still involved there.
Yes, that is correct. That is correct. And then I believe in 1975, that's when the fall of Saigon. And, 76, that's when everyone, kind of left Vietnam. So, my story, again, I'm from a family of 5. I'm one of the youngest one. My dad was, growing up in Vietnam, I know they have not a really good life before I was born. But thank God that, the time that I was born then, they began to establish, being well off. Like my dad was a MD, was a medical doctor, and my mom was a retail designer. So, if you ever seen Miss Saigon, like the dress, the long dresses, my mom is one of the person that designed that. So so I got lucky, I guess, being the baby and had a nanny. Our neighborhood was the only one that had a vehicle and actually a car.
Really?
So
wow, okay.
But so
and your dad was a practicing physician.
Yeah, he was a practicing physician, and of course, mentioned family of 5.
Mm-hmm.
4 boys, 1 girl, and again, being the youngest one. I was pretty much homeschooled.
You were the spoiled one?
Yeah. They say that I was spoiled, but I feel like I'm the one who always get beat up all the time. So
I'm sure your brothers and your sister say that you were the spoiled one, though.
Yeah,
just being the baby.
So being a baby, yep, that is absolutely right. So so in '76, after the war, my dad was an MD, like a medical doctor, and he was working for the military. So of course, about the Vietnam War is about the South and the North. And so after the war, my godfather, he's also an MD, American soldier, was the one that actually, took my dad, when they pulled everyone out of Vietnam in '76. So when he came to the state, my brother, of course, was in the military too, and two of them left with my dad. So, and then, of course, slowly, 77, 78, we were the one that trying to sneak out, of course,
So it was your mom and three kids?
Yeah, my mom and three kids, and it seemed like every year, well, for me being the youngest, this is what I heard from my uncle, when we sat and started talking, and I learned this when I got older, so, but yeah, we're snucking out, and then of course, my mom and I was the last one that left Vietnam. So, and I remember this is in the '80s, like early 1980s.
So you're about 8 years old.
Yeah, about 8 years old, and then of course, my mom would. In the middle of the night, she would just woke me up and say, "Hey, we gotta go." And so to me, I didn't know what it was about, know. So, and
but you're fleeing.
Yeah,
you're fleeing and trying to get out of Vietnam.
Right. And then so we were just, literally, we didn't pack anything. We just kind of like in the middle of the night. She was rushing me, like, "Hey, get up! We gotta go." And we end up like traveling in the countryside. Of course, at that time, to me, it was not overwhelmed. Being a kid, not really knowing much, And I remember we had a couple family member, like my cousin was with us. Roughly about 4 or 5 people that was with us, so we got in this boat, and I remember my half brother was the one that actually been kind of like take care of me. I was following him. Didn't really like in contact with my mom until we actually on the boat. And so when because so many people would try to rush in the middle of the night. I'm just holding my half brother's hand, and trying to. Get on board of this small, like I would say maybe about 60 foot long, and knowing it, and all this pack of people were on the boat. And
did you know where you were going?
No, not at all. And I remember we were like sitting toward the front, where like the front of the boat, and near where. I don't know how you call it, but like when the wave hit, you can feel like the thumping, So we're like in the front, and it's kind of like how we describe the boat. Look like a big canoe in a way, So
and it's just packed.
Yeah, it's packed. So knowing the head count when we finally got to Thailand, and I'll tell you how we got to Thailand. So. The head count was 75 people on that boat.
Wow. Okay.
So we had
that boat probably wasn't designed for 75 people.
Right. Yeah. So we were at sea, I believe, like maybe for about 3 days, almost 3 days, 3 nights.
Wow.
And again, thank God that a fisherman, one of the Thailand fisher boat, of course, pulled us in. Like I mentioned, I'm one of the lucky ones.
Yeah.
And
we were talking off air that some people just didn't make it. They'd get on boats and the boats would sink, and people would drown.
They get on boats and realize it was a pirate's boat, or being mugged, being crazy.
Yeah.
So
you could definitely have some really dangerous situations, being held hostage or being being mugged.
Yeah, and to me, it's like not knowing. All I know is like we got on the boat, and then end up, my brother was protecting me. Of course, my mom was, and I remember she just like crying things. But yeah, so I guess they want everyone strip like jewelry and whatever valuable they have, give it to the boat. So they pulled us to Thailand. And I remember their boat was so big that they can't really go all the way into the pier. And we end up have to jump off the boat and get onto our boat to, try to go in.
Shore?
Yeah, take it to shore, and then end up, we couldn't get in. And I remember my brother would jump off, and he would carry me, on like I would sit on his shoulder, and we'll carry in. And at that time, I don't know how to swim,
Okay.
So,
So that's a real danger because you could drown.
Yeah. So I didn't know how to swim. I didn't know, but that's where I got my swim lesson.
Okay.
Is in Thailand at a refugee camp. So,
wow.
And we were at camp for about 9 months before, my dad and my godfather did the paperwork, of course, for me to come to the States. So.
Right.
But
they had to have sponsors, right?
Right.
You had to have, like American sponsors to sponsor you to come.
Yeah, that's
America.
why it took us so long to get out of that island,
Yeah.
So, and then so when we came to the state, and I remember, we had layover in San Francisco. My sister was there, and she came, and we were there for about a day. Came and visit us, and then of course I. Didn't get to see my dad because my family and my godfather out in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we had layover there, and then of course, by the time I see my dad, and
so it'd been a few years,
yeah,
right?
So it's so weird because when he left, I was at a young age, so I don't really remember him,
Right.
Not remember him much. He always at work, but I do remember his smile. I do remember when he comes home, he always get me treat. He always, buy me stuff, and then end up seeing him, of course, my mom was shed with tears. I'm just like standing there like, well, what's going on?
So kind of what's next.
Yeah, exactly. So we were out there for about a year and a half almost, and then
you're in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
or close to Philadelphia.
Go in Harrisburg,
Okay.
in Lebanon. So kind of like this countryside, and it's beautiful. I mean, I love it. I love the green. First time I ever see snow. We came from a tropical tropical island, and then see snow and see how cold it is, and being a kid, I love to play in the snow, and that's one thing that my mom couldn't handle it, so we end up packing, and of course we moved here to Arizona. We moved to Tucson,
the dry climate, the dry hot climate.
Well, we were actually trying to head out to L.A., like in Orange County, because all my aunts, all her siblings live out there, and of course, we have an aunt that lives here, and that's one thing that she offered was like she was very successful, and she owned a couple buildings like apartment complex. So she was offering my dad a job, like, hey, won't you be a property manager, and trying to get your degree, back to
medical.
To medical. So, and by doing that, and to me, I didn't know that he had an ulcer. Like he couldn't digest,
so he had some
he have some health issues. So. And so when we came to the state, we came to Tucson, and my mom just noticed that every time he wouldn't eat like a full meal, like just partial and everything, and couldn't digest, couldn't everything. So my aunt suggested like, hey, you need to get this checked, right?
Sure.
So. And I remember he was healthy, went to TMC, and unfortunately, he passed away during surgery.
Oh, wow.
So, again, I didn't really get to know my dad that well. Yeah. That long.
How old were you?
He passed in '82, so I was 10.
Okay.
So roughly about
So you're
2
young.
years, 2 years seeing him again.
Yeah.
You know, and known that he passed, and again, my mom just devastated because again didn't really see him the last 4 years. He left like in '76. And then we see him again in '80, and then 2 years later he passed. You know, so, but yeah, my mom never got remarried. Ended up, you know, moving to California, staying there with her sibling. You know, and for me, of course, that's where I met you, Tucson High. You know, went to school here, and you know, Fickett. I remember Fickett Junior High, and then of course Tucson High, and then
So take us back a little bit to when that 9 months in the refugee camp.
Oh,
what was that like? What were your experiences there? Because you were just an 8-year-old kid, right?
As an 8-year-old kid, I was having fun.
Yeah, was there a lot of other families there?
Yeah, it was because this camp, you have people just kind of like stay all together, and we built that relationship. Like, you know, we have neighbors that, you know, we all get along, you know, and back then we weren't worried like the theft and, you know, people coming over, like, because we have our little hut, like in a way we kind of live in like little hut, like all around, and of course, there's no door, no lock, no windows, you know. Right. So, and I would tell. I mean, like I mentioned, that's where I learned how to swim because I was out on the beach, and you know, my brother taught me how to swim, and of course, my mom was afraid for me getting drowned and everything. You know, I was kind of like a troublemaker in a way, being a kid, you know, exploring new area, new beaches, and again, we couldn't leave and go into the city. We were just literally right next to the beach. Yeah, you know, and in this little camp, and of course, you know. I don't remember fence or anything like around the beach, you know, but but
you knew that you couldn't leave the area,
right? And we couldn't leave the area, and again, we didn't know like if we were close to the city or not. You know what I mean? So,
did you ever have any interactions with the people of Thailand?
No.
Okay.
It's all Vietnamese in that little camp, but. Again, I didn't really see any strangers that I, you know, didn't know because technically each family kind of stayed together as their own, you know.
So you had your own community there.
Yeah. Very, to me, I thought it was pretty cool. So, I mean, you know, we had fun. We have cookout almost every day. And, you know, it's just kind of like
you still have your innocence because you're an 8-year-old kid,
right?
So it's kind of almost an adventure for you.
Yeah, it was. I mean, you know, looking at it, it wasn't any troublemaker there, you know. Of course, they even had the temple that they allow us to go, like you know, pray, things like that. So I thought that was pretty cool, you know. No. I don't recall seeing any kind of law enforcement walking around and, you know, shoving people, things like that, you know. Right. So, but it was like I say, it's kind of like an adventure.
Yeah. So when you got your sponsorship, your sponsorship came through, and then you went into the city in Thailand?
Went to the city, went to the airport. And my first time on this big plane, I was like, "Wow!" This, you know, seeing this huge plane.
Was it a military plane or
no?
Was it a commercial?
It was actually a commercial line plane. It was a 747 plane that we got on board, and I remember the seat, and you know, sitting next to my mom, next to my brother, next to like on this group, like family, you know, and.
So was there a big group of you that left together?
Yeah. There, I believe there. We did lost one.
Oh,
we did lost one. Unfortunately, something happened like overnight. It's either but he was more like a family friend that we know. It wasn't like a friend, like an Indian like family,
Right,
It
right.
was kind of like a neighbor friend, and again, my mom, she feel responsibility because of course she's the one that took him,
Oh,
So
okay, yeah.
again, having left is kind of like you have to pay, for each person
Oh,
to be
yeah.
on the boat, right?
Okay.
So like I mentioned earlier, we were well off, but we lost everything because of that.
Yeah. You basically
pain.
left with the clothes on your back.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then found out later on, 2017 was my first time. I'm sorry, 2007 was the first time I ever went back to Vietnam, and that's
okay.
and knowing my uncle, my mom, brothers and sisters, and they still there, and find out that my mom, instead of left everything there, her family got it.
Oh, okay.
So they became successful with that money, and built a business, building things like so.
Right. So tell us about the experience of going back.
Oh man, it was.
You've been back a couple times now, right?
Now, yeah. But, so throughout my high school and college, I did not want to go back. I have opportunity to go back.
Oh,
during summertime.
Uh-huh.
So, and I remember my mom, because my grandma, her mom was still in Vietnam. So she wanted to go back and visit them, and
Sure.
so she kept asking me, it's like my summer break, like in like college, like my I remember in 93, 92, 97, she keep bothering me. It's like, kid, you need to go, check it out, and and I literally told her, it's like, Mom, you took us here for a reason. We left for a reason. I don't want to go back and to a communist country, to where bad things, like you tell me, like we lost everything and things, right? So, but 2007, that's when she really tricked me to go back, and by doing that, because she was trying to introduce me to my wife, my current wife now.
Right.
So, so yeah, my sister and I, we both were the one that never went back. So my experience, first time 2007, that went back, and we were nervous. We were scared.
You didn't
Literally,
know what to expect, right?
we don't know. I know we still have family there,
Yeah.
but again, I never seen them. I don't know what they look like. I don't know, my cousin, or my mom's side and everything. So, but my sister's husband recently came over to the state, and of course, he kind of know, like, and he'd been back there. So he kind of know, like, hey, where's a good area, what's a bad area, have that experience, right?
Yeah.
So, and so us three, and we literally landed, and I remember, oh my God, it's like packed. I'm talking about this airport outside was like, you walk out and you see all these people just looking at you like you are a celebrity walking out, because
Really?
they
know
know
you're
that,
American?
they know that you're American. Of course, they're trying to do anything to get to know you, because I guess, or so it's weird. So, so we walk out, and the first thing my sister tell me is like, hey, I need you walking back of me, and if her husband is gonna be the one that lead, right?
Okay.
She'll be in the middle, and of course I walk behind her,
Right.
Because the first thing that she was afraid of is like someone's going to come by and grab her purse or snag her purse and things like that, right?
Sure.
So it's all about trying to protect her. So, and then when we got out, all these people would start like, coming by and start asking, hey, cab, hey, you want to get on this cab? You want to do where we want to go? Things.
Yeah.
And we're like, we're good, trying to push them back and everything. And of course, my brother-in-law, his family were there. So he recognized his family, and so they give us a ride to District 1, which is kind of like central of Saigon. So it's now called Ho Chi Minh City. So so we got there, and again, the nightlife, we landed like literally like around 5 or 6, and I don't remember like seeing the sky and everything. All I see is just like lights. Like it was nice. I'm talking about it was like kind of like Vegas in a way,
Okay,
you know.
yeah.
So we were in
Everything's all
this
lit up.
little everything light up, and so we check in and we notice it's like, hey, this is actually not a bad area.
Yeah.
You know, so we're like literally downtown of Ho Chi Minh City, and they call it District 1. And later we found out that was kind of like all the tourists hang out.
Oh,
You know, all the
okay.
people, you know, that hang out. And of course, you know, they have security. They have,
They're
you
making
know-
sure it's safe.
Yeah,
Because
right.
tourist dollars are
Right.
what they're counting on.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So my first couple of days, I was kind of like nervous. I know the language.
Mhm.
I know how to communicate, you know, but the story that I hear, like, hey, watch out for street vendor, watch out for, you know, restaurant, or like, you eat where there's no price. You got, you know, ask them about, because again, they're gonna try to take advantage of you. You know, so if they see you like an American, Vietnamese American, and you never been to Vietnam, and you know, kind of like a bowl of soup could be $2 and they charge you $10. You
Right.
know, something.
Yeah.
So we were kind of careful about that.
Okay.
And then found out that, I guess, since we didn't communicate with my side of the family, my mom called and let her side of the family know that, like my aunts and uncle, that we were there, like in Vietnam.
Oh, okay.
And they were so pissed. They were like, you came you all the way out here, and you don't want to come and see us, or you don't want to stay with us, you know?
Right.
To me, it was like, my sister didn't want to do that because she feel like, hey, we don't want to be a burden, right? You have work to do, you have things to do, and so they found out like the day like the next day, and they call, and of course my mom give, you know, my aunts and uncle, like my sister's phone number, and call, and then just start yelling on the phone, you better come home, you better come and stay with us, things like that. So again, we went and stayed, and this is where the excitement was awesome. So knowing my cousin, almost the same age as I am, he's like 2 years younger than I am, but he remembered me. So
Oh, wow.
he remembered
Okay.
like how when growing up, like we hung out. He even showed me my like the house that I grew up in.
Oh,
you
did
know?
you remember
And
the house at all?
No, I don't recall. I remember that we lived near like a kind of like a river.
Okay.
You know, so and he showed me the street. He showed me where it is, but they devastated the land. They built up like buildings and, you know, movie
Yeah.
theater, and so, and then the river, of course, is like dirty. Like, it's not like where we used to swim and everything, you know.
Yeah.
But now it's just like it's filthy dirty.
You won't wanna
So,
go in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was nasty. So,
Yeah.
but no, and he started like introduce me to things, you know, like, and he will pick me up like every night after his work, and we'll go out. We hang out with his friends, and
So you got
the
to know
man-
some of the culture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the food, man. Oh, it was unbelievable.
Yeah?
I try almost everything.
Yeah.
I try from exotic food. Like I had snake. I had I don't want to mention on the radio, but there's a couple like exotic food that you're like, dang, you got eaten that? But no, there's no cats and dogs. But they did. That's where I found out that, you know, back in I guess when we left Vietnam, the country got pulled for a while,
Yeah,
right? And they
definitely.
they did eat that type of meat,
Yeah.
but not on our side of family, and so. But so I get to try everything, experience the food, the culture, and the nightlife, and it was fun, and I remember we were there for about 3 weeks, and after 3 weeks, when I left, I was kind of like, man, I want to come back. you
Sure.
know?
Yeah.
So every year I try to plan a trip to go back, and this is where how I got to meet my wife.
Yeah.
Because, you know, of course, family introduced and everything. And so I met my wife literally like last week before I came back to the state in 2007. So every year I go back. 2008, that's when we hang out more.
Mm-hmm.
And the more I got to know her, very, very disciplined. She's very, to me, I always thought like, long distance relationship is not going to work.
Right.
It's like
that has to be hard.
Yeah, but we're literally on camera like almost every day.
Okay.
Like I forgot what they call that. Remember how back then they have the phone card, and you purchase a phone card, you can call international, and and then when the camera came out, you have internet at home, and now you can Skype there.
Mm-hmm. Skype.
So you're Skyping for free.
Yeah.
So that's when we start like talking more and more. And again, when I say she's very disciplined, because when she tell me she's gonna be on there, she's on there. Okay. Like on a Saturday night here is Sunday morning there, right?
Oh, wow.
So it's like 12 hours, 14 hours different. So, and for me, it's like, hey, weekend is my night out, like hanging out with the guys, and sometimes I always try and make excuses like, oh, I gotta be somewhere, it's like I can't get on the call, and so. But she still jumped on the call and waited for me, and I was like, wow. This is like,
so how long have you guys been married now?
2010. So
15 years.
15 years.
Wow,
yeah.
fantastic.
Our anniversary, we got married in May. So just this past May was our 15 years anniversary.
Fantastic.
So we got married 2010. She came to the state 2011, and then 2013. That's when we had my son. Nathan.
Cool, man.
So yeah.
Fantastic. Well, we're out of time.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for coming on. Man.
Yeah. Thank you. Now is bring back a lot of memories. Now you start like
turning up those memories. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, thank you again for coming on today.
All right.
That was a pleasure. All right. That's another episode of Southwest Flavor. Join us every Tuesday and